Hi friends, so welcome back to Off the Board. What I am doing today is I'm working with Off the Board and also Christy's beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches. So this is the sketch I'm going to use today, and I'll go ahead and put it right about here when I'm crafting. So we've got some mixed media coming in, it looks like some kind of a tag or arrow element there, photo, and pretty much it's a central band design, so I have no idea where I'm going with it yet. Now, the paper I am using, or the kit I am using, was part of my paper pad series. It's kit number 18. And this is the kit that I knew when I put it together that I was going to do something to do with my daughter, Ryan. She's here training at the gym. Hello. And she is number 19. So I'm gonna cut out the 1 and the 9. That's pretty much all I know about it. You saw my sketch, which I'm going to use, and then I have all these little elements on the side here that I pulled in with my kit. The flat alpha I have is this one here. This was part of a paper pad. Oh, look, a cool little tag I can use for that top element. And then I have this piece right here for my random washi piece that I've been using. And this little border strip sticker dealio right here. I'm gonna try to get that in. So I'm gonna start crafting and, oh wait, did I show you my photo? Where's my photo? Oh yeah, I showed you. This is my daughter working out in 2 different places in the gym. So we're gonna highlight photos of her, get the little mixed media part going, and I will voice over all of that stuff. All right, so I went ahead and used these 2 Heidi Swap texture pastes, both in silver and black, and a palette knife, and just alternated the black texture paste and then the silver texture paste. Made sure that I wasn't very precious with it and just smeared it on. Then you just saw the mist I used. It was Mr. Huey's Mist in silver. I believe it's Mr. Huey's Mist in silver. So I'm going to pop that up at the top, let it dry a little bit. I did not prepare my pattern paper with gesso or anything like that. I tried to make sure that I didn't get it too wet. Just enough of the texture paste in order to have a background. And we all know that most of that will end up getting covered with our embellishments and photos and all that stuff. So what I'm going to do next is go ahead and fussy cut out the 1 and 9 from that 1 pattern paper, and then use my 2-inch circle punch and my 1-inch circle punch and punch out different elements from the star paper. I was really interested in the star paper because one of my subbies had said, hey, you can use that with Converse. And when all 3 of my kids squat, they use Converse to squat in. And my daughter is doing that in the right-hand picture. I'm going to map my photo pretty much in the middle of this striped pattern block. I don't want that super heavy, dark distressing. I just want the color that is in the stripes. And I can use that other pattern paper for something else if I really need to, but I really was just interested in some of the color. I'm going to go ahead and double mat it on the back side of one of those pieces. I just want the bright white of the back side. Then I realized I wanted to ink it in a little bit so you don't see the white core. I popped that photo that I have, that photo block, up on some fun foam. And now I'm going to use one of the long strips of the washi that I brought into the kit to create a shelf. And I think this is from Jen Hadfield. I'm not positive, but I think it is. I popped a second sticker on the bottom of that washi, and I think that was from a Father's Day collection. I just had it cut out and put into my kit, and now I'd like to build out my title. My alphas are sticking pretty good, so unless I see them coming up, I'm going to leave them as is. I want to get the photo on here, and then I'm going to start adding these star circles that I punched out onto the page in a diagonal going from right to left, upper right to bottom left. I did pop up a couple of the smaller ones on a little bit of fun foam so I could have some dimension. I am cutting in roughly in half these Dear Lizzie, it's like a circular frame, which is almost like a tone-on-tone feel, but it is giving me a little bit more interest. I'm trying to figure out where I want to put it, and I'm going to go ahead and peel up a couple of my letters just to make it almost part of the background design. And now is the time that I want to see how many of these elements that I put into my paper pad kits, how many I can build into the design I'm working with. So those two pieces you see down there, I believe those are by Vicki Boutin. Oh, so is that those two stars. Those are little Vicki Boutin ones, and the color palette is working nicely. See, just layering them up. I think those little shiny puffies, I think those are by Studio Calico. The little My Hero sticker, I'm going to have to go ahead and ink that a little bit to grunge it up just a little bit. It looks way too white right now. I'm going to put this little banner piece at the top. Oh, and I wanted to bring attention to the extreme distressing around the outsides of my layout. I decided not to put the additional stitch lines in because of all that distressing. See how in the sketch we have that really bold second stitch line? I thought that my big distressing was plenty for that. I am adding those leftover sticker bits of the same kind of, oh gosh, it looks kind of like a triangular border that I have beneath the photo. And I added pieces of that on the bottom cluster as well as that tiny little top cluster I'm creating. Now I am really trying to work through a lot of my flat alphas, and these Doodlebug alphas were also part of my kit. So I'm going to add them a little bit, but these alphas do not have much stickiness to them. I'm going to have to go ahead and add just a little bit of liquid adhesive. I went ahead and added a little polka dot on the end of my title, which is train, because my daughter is actually wearing a shirt that says train with a polka dot on it. You can't see it with the way she's holding the plate in front of her, but that's where I got my title from. And the word edge that is at the top right of my photo cluster, that is the name of our gym. So that's kind of a little bit of journaling that we would know. It's just not super obvious. Now I'm going to go ahead and do some of the finishing touches by putting some gigantic silver sequins on this layout. Those are the kind that are adhesive on the backside, so they're really easy to place on. I think those are from Joann's. Yes, I think they're from Joann's. And these Bo Bunny little gems, they also really work for this. They're kind of like a smoky gray kind of a gem, and yeah, it's adding to the layout, giving it just a little bit of shine, because for the most part, this layout is pretty flat in color. I do have some dimension, but it's pretty flat. Now I'm going to use a little bit more of the mist that I used in the beginning of my mixed media part to get some splatty bits on my on the embellishments that I've added since I did the background, and it'll make it a lot more cohesive. So that's about it for this. I'll go ahead and leave links for the other crafters that are involved in all of this. And if you have any questions or comments, please reach out to me. I will get back to you as soon as I can. Oh, and I think that's about it for today. All right, thanks for watching. I'll be back soon.